Hi, everybody. It's Lisa Colon Delay, the author of the new book, The Way of the Desert Elders. I'm really happy to tell you that it's number 29 on Amazon in the category of Christian saints. So, of all the books that Amazon has, hundreds of thousands, I assume, on this topic, it's number 29 right now. And I have you to thank for that. So I skipped the Wednesday release of Spark My Muse because it was launch week and there was a lot going on. There were giveaways. I was sending out book plates with a signed my signature on that and a little message for those of you who asked for that or won that as some kind of prize that I was giving away. And so I'm pretty much out of book plates right now, but that was a joy to do that. Thank you for helping the book launch in a healthy way into the world. And if you've read it by now, or if you've read at least enough to know that you like it, I ask that you will please go to Amazon and rate that book and review it with just maybe what you like. I can take criticism too. If you have thoughtful criticism, that's fine. So, uh, I want to let you know of some other really fun things that happened. It was the book that was the number 1 new release in the category, Christian Saints. That was really cool. And for this week, it was also the number 1 picked release for the Englewood Book Review. Editor Chris Smith picked it, and I'm assuming his team did. And that was really an honor, a complete surprise and an honor. It's going to be reviewed later at the Englewood Book Review. If you're a book person, if you're a reader and you love books, that is a wonderful place to understand a whole bunch of books that are coming out and why they're good and why you should read them. This was quite an honor. I also wanted to let you know a couple of the reviews that were written. I think there could be maybe 4 of them or so right now. Let's see if I can find them. Uh, and it's just really great to hear what people are enjoying about the book. Let's see. Hmm. Also want to thank Karen Swallow Prior, who did a book giveaway, and that made for a lot of fun. People showing interest in the book, and she gave one of those away. I'm really thankful for her support. So, Mark Longhurst writes about the book. This is a practical, well written, and transformational book for those who long to grow closer to the divine love. Lisa Colon Delay's Way of the Desert Elders charts how the work of deep spiritual formation occurs. The book takes readers into the hearts and lives of 4th century desert mystics, flawed and ordinary men and women who embarked upon an extraordinary quest to discover and realize the presence of God within them. She shows us their methods of refining misplaced desires at their roots, covering thorny vices such as anger, lust, pride, and envy. But more than spiritual methodology, this book tells the desert mystics remarkable stories. Through their own struggles, we dare to believe that such transformation in God might be possible for us too. I heartily recommend it. This book will not leave you unchanged. And from Jennifer Late, Lisa Colon Delay's gentle but forthright writing shines in this new book about the 4th century Christian desert mystics. She weaves their stories into explications of vices they combated in themselves and the attendant virtues they developed, simultaneously explaining how we might follow their examples. Notable aspects of this book that make it different from similarly themed ones are the attention she pays to the desert Amas, as well as the Abbas, the emphasis on the cultural milieu and how it can help enlighten our own, and the invitation to find an elder we particularly resonate with to take as a sort of guide. Like her previous book, The Wild Land Within, this book is one worth returning to again and again. And I'm just really thankful for that thoughtful review. Very thoughtful. Let's see if I can find one more. Lindsay O'Connor says that titled Insightful Invitation to Apply Ancient Wisdom for Today. Lisa Colon Delay is one of my favorite modern contemplative wisdom teachers. I was honored and eager to read an advanced copy of this one. Lisa shares fascinating stories of the ancient desert mothers and fathers who left the version of Christianity that had become co-opted by empire. They moved to the desert, committing to a practice of faith that emphasized solitude, simplicity, service and prayer, meditation on the scriptures. These stories set the stage for discussion of each 9 vices or afflicting thoughts, the origins of the 7 deadly sins, and the corresponding virtues. Enneagram folks will recognize the tie between the 9 vices and virtues, Enneagram types. The term sin carries understandable baggage for some of us who grew up with the doctrines of original sin and total depravity. Galone DeLay explains that for the Desert Elders, sin wasn't viewed in a crime and punishment framework, but it was considered part of the vulnerability of being human. I appreciate Lindsay's attention to this detail of the book, because this is about devoted early Christians prior to when the Roman Empire co-opted Christianity for itself. A lot of things started to shift within doctrine. The doctrine of hell came to the forefront in these times, and the idea of going through the institution to be absolved and connect with God came into formation during this time. And so going back to a more simpler time, a time of devotion and simple following the ways and the thought patterns of Christ, making ourselves become more like Jesus, is at the forefront of this movement, which I think is something we could really use now, especially in a time when Christianity has been used on the national stage for power and dominance and even hurting other people. So I hope this little, this is a short episode that is just kind of a celebration of launch week. Thank you for your patience as this launch has happened, all journeying with me all throughout the ups and downs of it. And I hope that you get a copy yourself and let me know what you think about it, who your favorite Desert Elder is and why. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for joining me. And until we meet again, blessing and peace to you.